Hello and welcome to another Aoe2 post-game commentary. Today we have a Migration Diplo game, and believe it or not, this is the first time I'm actually playing a Migration Diplo game. So as you can see, the first mistake I've already done is I don't know where the islands are, and I've immediately gone onto another person's island with my king, and Purple doesn't know this, but I am on his island, and only after I move and I try and see where the other island is do I realize that this is not the main island. There are other players, and I did not realize that such a big landmass on in the south, which can only be accessed by the sea, is available. But I do realize later, after people do tell me, there are some players who do just say explore, but they don't actually tell me exactly where, nor do they ping. So I guess you could say it's a bit of karma that I did end up taking my villagers to this base, and I've decided to build a town center on this base, partly because he did kill my villager, so I am going to be bothering him quite a lot throughout the early game at the least. As for the players, I didn't introduce the players. Of course, I am playing Time Wielder. I am playing as the Britons. We have Purple as Spanish. We have Saracens, Jew, HD Jew. We have the Mongol player. We have the Byzantine player, Weza. We have Shadowfax as Japanese, and we have Uncharted Venom playing as the Mongols. So pretty much this is the only real action in this early game right now, and I am talking to Teal here and telling him that this is telling me to go away, but I'm telling him nope, this is my island, that he needs to go away. And at the end I did manage to kill 2 of his villages, so in the end I did get my revenge somewhat. But yep, if we look at some of the other players who are on this section of on this area, and this really is this is pitiful. I'm not sure how many villages he sent, but I believe he must have sent like 2-3 villages. Well, it seems like there's 2 villages, and those 2 villages were killed by 3 wolves. And not only that, he is also the player that's been attacked by me. So it's really pitiful, this game, for him. Not in a great situation. I'm using my king to scout. Yellow booming up, taking the sea quite early. We're also seeing Shadowfax taking the sea quite early. He's built his TC and he's taking his king, and he's probably going to build it around this region. Uncharted Venom also building. And look at this. This truly is something else, as Purple, not only this is phenomenal. I mean, look at the amount of sheep he has. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not even going to count, but I'm going to guess and say he has around 25 sheep. That is phenomenal. That's 2.5k food right there for free, and all he's been doing is been searching and looking around for sheep using his king. Phenomenal. But anyway, we're starting to see people going into the feudal age, and we've already seen a few 2 galleys coming out for Uncharted Venom over here as well. And if one thing you guys didn't notice is I did ally myself. If you look at the Fog of War, well, I will be getting my market soon, but I am currently allied with teal, green, red, and yellow. So I've allied with pretty much most of the players in this game, except for purple. And red is just coming in. He's doing a bit of harassment. Red really should be focusing on a bit more, because there are quite a few fishing ships out here, and really to say map control in this game, water control in this game is not useful is horrendously wrong, as plenty of fish on the map, plenty of resources on the map where water is concerned, and the one who would benefit the most is Shadowfax, and that might be a bit of foreshadowing. We'll see that a bit later, but yep. And looking at his location, he's relatively safe. He's gonna end up having all of these resources. It seems like from the map's perspective, the right hand side seems to have a lot more fish than the left hand side. Perhaps it's more spread out and it looks that way on the map, but it does seem like the right hand side has more fish, so he's in a brilliant space if he does utilize fishing ships. These galleys are still attacking yellow, and yellow has managed to send some villagers here, and unfortunately they're gonna do the same mistake as I made and build a tower right in front of my TC, and all these villagers are gonna die. My tower placement initially was not the best. It should have been a lot more near the water and maybe towards his gold to try and harass him in the gold aspect and stuff. I could have done a lot of damage if I had done so, but missed opportunity, I guess, as towers do have 8 range, and it's absolutely, there's no reason why you should have your towns build a tower in town center range. Frankly, there's no point, and it's waste of resources. But I do manage to bring my villages across, and I finally found the main island, and I have not researched cartography. I do research cartography. Shadowfax is also going Castle Age and researching cartography, and I'm gonna finally expand my vision and see what everybody is doing. And this is all I see. These are the amount of players I'm allied with. Currently, obviously, yellow I've not allied with since I've taken the since I've hit him and killed him. But here I've noticed that there is a ship and there are teal villages, so I send my detachment of villagers to try and chase and hunt, but unfortunately I go the wrong way and I end up going up instead of down, and I don't follow and I don't realize. Yellow has also landed on this section. Yellow does have a lot of ships. He's got a lot more galleys than red did, so he's going to be a bigger threat than red in this game. And all those sheeps, yep, it's already been like 15 to 17 minutes. He still has sheep remaining and is eating up the last of his sheeps, and that is a phenomenal score lead. Unfortunately, he actually wasn't the first to Castle Age, however, that is quite surprising. But the first to Castle Age, I believe, was Shadowfax, so he's gonna have the advantage in trying to boom up and all these other options available to him. But we're seeing that. Remember how yellow and Byzantians are allied, so this is what's happening. We're seeing more villages being transported across. Here my villages are here. I build a mill. I see deers and I build a mill here to try and take that gold. Obviously I'm oblivious to the fact that there is a base here. So is Shadowfax. I mean, so is Uncharted Venom. My base is still here. My king is here, so I've got my king. I've got villagers, any stray villagers that do wander off to try and get at the forest, I am going to be able to shoot down. Yellow is building quite a lot, and he's going quite heavy on the sea. It seems like most of his economy is primarily on the sea and on the seaboard over here. Still more pressure being applied, and already we're seeing the score lead. We're seeing a difference in score already commencing, and purple, being Spanish, his score is better than the rest of us, and you can see the amount of damage I have done to teal, in the fact that not only did I occupy and harass his main island, the fact that he was so unlucky in having a couple of villages, in 2 or 3 villages that he did send, being destroyed by these wolves, simply it took a toll on him, and you can see that in the effect on his score. I also bring some gold miners as I realize that I see the stable as a result of my mill, and I send my villagers all the way around, and I see that yellow is here and he was mining. So I've found the location of potentially everyone except teal in this game, so I sort of build my base around that and my knowledge around that. Again, red were very close to Bazan, the teal player. We're all relatively close, but the only one who is quite safe is none other than Shadowfax. On this end, both the combined armies of teal and yellow are gonna be looking to wipe out red on this end, and he has done so. All of red's fishing ships, his dock, his houses on the shoreline are gonna end up dying. There is a watchtower, so he's gonna be able to get the stone mine going before he loses that as well. But we're gonna see war galleys. So now there's war galleys have arrived, and we're gonna see yellow primarily. At this point, it seems like yellow does want to really focus on the sea. He's going quite heavy on it, and unfortunately, although we see that he has so much dominance in terms of war galleys, we're not seeing the economic benefits as a result of controlling the sea. We're not seeing an increased amount of fishing ships. Surely, if you have sea control, you will be having a larger number of fishing ships to utilize the sea and its resources. Having a lot of ships that aren't going to be doing much, they aren't going to be simply doing much half the time. The one who is capitalizing it is Shadowfax. Of course, he's Japanese, so he's got that bonus. He's got that bonus, so he's going to be able to boom up a lot faster. But we're immediately looking at the scores, and purple is in the lead, followed closely by yellow and his sea dominance. And it seems like purple has been booming, and he's gonna most likely be going paladins as he is Spanish. Meanwhile, on this side, I am with my mangonels. There are battering rams, and I'm simply pushing this guy out of the base, and there are a bit of resources left on this island that I want to capitalize myself, so I've trying to force him out as much as possible. All of the battles between me and teal have led us to massively drop in score, so we mutually have destroyed each other, and our chances of winning have significantly decreased, with the rising powers such as purple having a 1,000 score lead compared to the other players on this map. Oh, and here earlier I forgot about this, but you've probably seen it, but I do see some villages here, and I go tell my villagers to start attacking, and I ended up killing at least 3 of their villagers, and a couple of mine did also die. Look at this. All of his eco is focused on the sea, yet the amount of fishing ships he has is not even increased. We're seeing war galleys, fire ships coming out from Shadowfax as well, but unfortunately Shadowfax also is he is not capitalizing on his resources as much. He needs to build more, the potential to build more. Actually, if he keeps building ships at this rate, he'll have a massive economy bonus, and we're probably going to see that. I should switch to Shadowfax and see his economy, and there we go. It speaks for itself. Look, he's just pressed Imperial Age, and immediately he has over 1,000 food ships, fishing ships. Make use of them. There should be no reason why he shouldn't be spamming making villages, and yep, he has done so. Gonna be seeing Mangudai from Uncharted Venom. Shadowfax finally gonna go Imperial Age. We're gonna see Blast Furnace, Wheelbarrow, so finally seeing armies being built other than purple, and purple crazy score lead. And at this point, the 2 people who have actually got sea dominance, there's no one who can rival this army as of right now, especially when Teal has his galleys also, and 5 ships. Now this army isn't going to cut it, so that's one of the reasons why this war galley army should really be searching, scouring the bases, and potentially locating. Like, one of the things the yellow didn't do is he should have really located all the positions of where the shoreline, who else built docks, and destroy them before they can do anything. That would have been the best call, and if he had done so, he could have completely wiped Shadowfax's fishing economy at the time. But again, opportunity wasted, opportunity missing. The galleys that were originally Teal's, they do arrive here. I quickly build a watchtower to try and kill the ships, and I am successful. I do not lose a villager, so it was quite good on my end. And we're finally seeing the paladins. Although they're not fully upgraded, these paladins will be able to take down these Mangudai if the Mangudai aren't microed properly. Meanwhile, I'm here. I'm gonna switch back to me, and I've got the resources. I'm gonna head up to Imperial Age very soon after I build my universities. Again, all these ships is so it's quite something when you see the map from this perspective. The potential destruction that could have caused. I mean, attacking me at this stage, a player who second bottom doesn't help you. Yes, you might get your score up because you might be killing my units, you might be getting your score higher due to kills, but at the end of the day, that ain't gonna help you, since you need to kill all the other players who aren't your allies and who potentially can destroy you. And seeing this economy, this immediately can tell you that he's focusing mainly on is more like a maritime nation, sea nation, but he's not capitalizing on it. And it's allowed galleons to be researched by Shadowfax, and he's in that he's seen the presence, the threat of yellow, so he's going to be building more ships to try and beat back. He's got the power to micro because of the galleon's extra range, because of the galleon's prowess over the war galleys, and there's simply nothing anyone else can do. The Mangudai are gonna engage, and they're gonna try and wipe out the trebuchets as they can. And really, you've got the paladins, you've got the resources. Just go in, and you can do a lot of damage. Especially since you outnumber the Mangudai. Mangudai aren't that strong that they'll be able to compete 1v1 versus paladins. You need to go in there and attack them, and he does. He is doing so, but we're gonna see some micro from some equip. I'm not sure why Uncharted Venom decided to go back in to where the trebuchets are instead of going under his base and immediately sounding all of the town bells, as he's gonna lose quite a few villagers. He's gonna end up these are my pikemen, by the way, so I do send my pikemen to try and help out. I am, of course, allied with Shadowfax, and I am allied with Uncharted Venom. And you're probably thinking, again, it's a trio, and they're allied, and they're gonna gang up on everyone else. But at this point, we had no choice. Purple was a threat, and if I didn't help Uncharted Venom, regardless of whether I was allied with him at the time or I wasn't, I needed to, because if they went through Red's base, they come to my base, and we're in trouble. So I ended up spamming halberdiers now and just really trying to help. And all this micro by Uncharted Venom is really helping. He's able to like keep his units surviving while my paladins, while my halberdiers are getting in there and doing as much as they can. Meanwhile, in the sea, nothing really big is happening. Again, yellow not capitalizing on the ships he has, not taking the fight to green. Green at this point second highest. He's peacefully booming, he's peacefully building his eco, which is quite dangerous, which is dangerous in any game, especially on a migration diplomacy game. But one thing to know, I don't think I forgot to mention this, but this game specifically, Allied victory was put on. But of course, if you know anything about me, I don't like Allied victories. So I clearly haven't. For the record, I have not put. I myself have not enabled Allied victory. So if anybody who is allied with me and we end up killing everyone else, because there's gonna be war. There's gonna be war indeed. But yep, at this moment, Shadowfax is also joining in the fray, and he's got halberdiers in a mass, and a castle is being built here. But unfortunately, this is a bit too far inwards, as all the paladins, all the units here have managed to die due to the halberdiers, and really it's becoming a halberdier war. Every Shadowfax with his halberdiers. I'm coming with my halberdiers, purple with halberdiers, and yep. Nothing really special, especially in the water. Look at this fleet. Nothing really special is happening, and I think we might actually see a big battle happen. I do hope so. I'll come back to that if we do see a clash. But right now this is where most of the action is. This is the choke point that's causing all the action. But we're gonna see ships here, and immediately Shadowfax realizes the massive ships and is gonna back off. Most of his ships are divided, and I don't think he has the capacity to attack. But Yellow, again, being a maritime nation, he's not attacking. He finally needs to move. Again, why attack? Jesus. I'm so shameful how he is still focusing his attack on me. I know, you know, I am. It's nice to kill people who are weak, but seriously, you need to kill green now, as green has now eclipsed, has passed purple's score, and is clearly a threat. So I do keep that in mind. We're all keeping that in mind, and we'll see how this game goes. Again, this choke point is happening. Nobody actually. We have sent a couple of units here and there, but relatively speaking, Teal's base, his economy is quite safe. Although in reality, it shouldn't be. I mean, if we look at our view, we know his base is there, and we know it's a path into Purple's base. But still, the armies here, the trebuchets, the pressure coming through this choke point here is forcing us to fight Purple on this side. On this end, I realized that Purple can come around with his paladins and do damage to my eco, so I have walled this section off. Meanwhile, on this section, a massive sea battle. I missed half of it, but it seems like the mass galleons that were initially there are gonna be demolished by the mass of fire ships, the mass of galleons, and as of right now, it would seem like water is lost. Most of Yellow's army has been lost, and great move, great amount of fire ships. I'm not sure if it was due to poor microwing or poor decision by Yellow by not moving his army back, but seeing the mass of fast fire ships, he should have really backed off. I do have a trebuchet here, and I'm just going to try and focus down all these trebuchets. And finally, I've started to build my crossbow. I'm trying to build Arblast, because that is my specialty, as I am Britain's, to try and at least deal with this Halberdier spam and flood that also Purple is building. We're also going to find a way to destroy these bombard cannons, but I'm sure we can. I mean, we are pushing the armies back. Green occasionally is coming to help us. He's got his massive army, I'm going to slow this game down because there's battle only in 2 places. But this massive army is going to engage. Beautiful. Beautiful. These 2 armies, what are they doing? Are they backing off? Why are you backing off? No idea why they're backing off, but it seems he doesn't want to fight the battle now. Not sure why, but he doesn't want to fight. I'm going to speed it up again. Yep. On this side, Purple is being pushed, and meanwhile, Teal is unable to do anything. Red's finally in his base and is forcing him out. I've I've got enough. I've still got crossbowmen, but I'm building Arbalasts. Putting Arbalast, Thumb Ring, all the upgrades that I need for my archers and other units. And I'm gonna be going in to try and do something. And this is a large mass actually, and using this mass to try and take down these halberdiers, I'll be able to kill at least more than half of them before they even end up anywhere near me. And even then I could just back off and I'll start microing myself. Meanwhile, in the sea there is movement. All these are fishing ships. These are fishing ships. There is a fleet here. There is a fleet again. You're building a fleet, but there's nothing. You're not doing anything. If anything, you are allied with purple, so you need to start helping your ally on the land, because he's gonna lose. He's losing land. If you can't disrupt and focus, there's one thing that yellow could have done potentially, as I keep saying this, but if you did take out green's economy by sea, you could have forced and started attacking all these sections on the outskirts, on the sea line, and force him to be pressured and also mess up his game. As a pressured player, every player, when they're being attacked, they're going to be pressured, and if you pressure him, you take away his attention, even if it's half of it, away from this section to the sea section that he has to defend. He's obviously not going to be able to create as much. And this is one of the things, as you can just simply see what's happening here, how units are just being forced out, and how units are, although units are coming here as their rally point, they're being microed out by the bombard cannons to try and lure them and destroy them. That's one of the things that does happen when you try and when you rally point, but your attention isn't there, and you don't realize that that rally point's a bit too in front of the enemy, and you forgot to take it back. That's one of the things that pressure can make you forget on, or pressure can allow you not to take allow you not to think about at that point. But yep, purple not looking so good. He's not able to spam out. Crossbowman coming out, but unfortunately crossbowman is not the correct choice. You need skirmishers here. I've got my Arblast, and purple is just saying that his teammates aren't helping him, and I do agree. There are a large amount of ships here. As for teal really can't do much, as his economy was damaged quite a bit early game by myself and by red. As we haven't seen this, but red is clearly demolishing his economy by siege rams and mango dice. So that's where all the mango dice have been in the game, so if you've been wondering. Meanwhile, even more units are coming out, and it seems like the alliance of purple and yellow is going to end up losing. And one thing is, yellow, yep, there we go, they also forgot about green and how green was a powerful player. But in this case, yellow did mention that he completely forgot about green, and he didn't realize that green was also a player on the map. I don't know what to say to that, but you can clearly see the scores, clearly see how many players there are. You need to take into consideration all of them. But anyway, the Rams are just gonna come in, demolish this castle. I mean, there's nothing else to do. All these skirmishes that were piling up should have been on the front line earlier. Try and take care of all the units here, but it's a bit too late, and there's nothing purple can do, yellow can do at this point as well. So purple's gone, teal's gone. The alliance between Shadowfax, Uncharted Venom, and Time Wielder still stands for a bit longer. So if you're probably seeing why do I not move my army forward, it's because I've moved my army back because I needed to defend my own base for the thing that's about to come, and that right there is yellow gone. Remember, we are all allied, so we would be in a situation where we'd immediately won because of allied victory. But I decided, nope, we're gonna have chaos and everything. And oh, look at all these blinking lights everywhere. We are being attacked. I'm being attacked over here, he's being attacked over here, I'm being attacked over here by Shadowfax. I've declared enemies to everyone. Everyone is becoming enemy of each other. Somehow Shadowfax and Uncharted Venom were like, nope, I'm gonna start killing you as well. So they both started attacking. Look at this chaos. Let's slow it down. The villagers are getting massacred. My villagers have been massacred by this castle. I've got half my army is in his base, walking back to my base. I got Trebs out to try and take care of this castle. Chaos everywhere, everywhere. All these units attacking, blinking lights everywhere. His navy is here. He's gonna start killing a lot of my woodcutters. Chaos chaos indeed. Oh yeah, and one thing I didn't notice, but one of the reasons why 200 pop is so perfect is because when you have 200 pop, ideally you'll have an economy of around maybe 100, 110, and the rest being another 40 to 50 on gold and or trade. But if you have more than that and the rest of your army is perhaps like 50 to 40 military, and it makes it nice because you can focus, you can counter. You can't have like 200 Arblasts coming out. I'm sorry, if you have 200 Arblasts coming out, how on earth are you meant to deal with that? Even if you mass 200 paladins, if you just force the paladins in a choke point of your choosing, then you've simply lost because of the sheer number of paladins, Arblasts. And that's one of the reasons why this game was played on 400 pop, and it's probably one of the reasons why Green was doing so well. Is his economy was really high, crazy high. My king was in my town center, so I've nearly lost my king right there, but I've managed to not get blocked. King's gonna survive. He's probably gonna go in this town center. Yep. And as of right now, all my houses, all my economy, I've got castles here for some reason, not strategically placed at all, considering I was gonna start attacking him. But on this end, my halberdiers did take care of his base, and on this end I am defending against the waves of Japanese halberdiers that are coming out. Meanwhile, yellow on this, red on this side is completely devouring my base from this side and going up. So maybe if I had known that I was going to betray both of them, I would have at least made sure that I was in a better position. Like, if I was in Green's position, then betraying both of them was a great idea, as I could have simply been the lone victor in the game. I would have been able to fight on one side, not have to worry about attacks coming from behind, from the south, from red, and from the east, from green. And that's really what killed me. My economy is gone. I can't use nothing. I don't have sea control, so I can't really access most of my wood. Even if I get this wood, Mangudai are gonna come and they're gonna start doing something. All the armies are here, and truly not a nice thing getting demolished. But I send my Arbalast army around, snipe a few villages down before I move on. Put some of my halberdiers here as well. Arbalast, sorry. Put some Arbalast on this section, and I wasn't microing this composition properly, as I didn't utilize the range. But I end up sniping most of these Mangudai from behind. Meanwhile here, it's just an attrition war. But we're finally seeing elite skirmishes, so I'm gonna end up losing most of my villagers. Sorry, most of my Arbalasts very soon. But if there's something I did win, it's the fact that I managed to hold off the Arbalast waves, and I managed to use a sneak formation attack and killed all his Mangudai there. So no Mangudai have survived. And I think we should probably see the economic situation. My economic situation isn't the best. I won't be winning this game. at all, and there's nothing else to say. I simply won't be winning. Any fool can see either, as my scores, half my base is gone. My army again. This army, pitiful. I've went in with 20 plus, came out with only one. Alone, I've lost. But on this side, the battle has started, and it's quite expected. I'm gonna end up losing my Arblast, but surprisingly at this point, green Uncharted Venom decides that let's be allies and let's try and stop green, because why not? Because why not at this point? So I at this point moved all my economy. I knew green's gonna come in quite hard, and I needed help. And what Shadowfax has now is power. Look at that. Look at the military count, and it's rising. It's going down, but it's rising constantly. 170, while the combined army of us two only reaches 100. This is crazy. This is why you don't play on a game with like 400 pop. You get this situation where simply somebody can just spam trash, spam elite skirmishes, and they somehow win the game. But no matter what, we have onagers, and I'm over on this side with my king, and I'm rebuilding my base. I never give up. I've got the economy, I've got the power to do so. Nothing's gonna stop me from losing right now. But if you're probably seeing this, you've probably seen, but Red's economy is not in the best situation either. So let's look at Uncharted Venom. This is what he has, but his villager count is 19, lower than mine. So although he has the gold, he has the units and the units as of right now. Unless he starts building up villages again, he won't be able to counter the might of Shadowfax. So that's one of the reasons why I think he decided to team up with me. But if you look at Shadowfax, fair enough, he's using all his resources. Well done, I guess. Yep. Hey, I guess it doesn't seem like it. But yep, he's gonna be using up his resources. But he does have an economy much better than ours. So if we do manage to kill him, kill the units here, we will be able to he will be able to win, simply because we can't make no units. If we go back to Uncharted Venom, he's using all his gold, and I don't see any other. Nothing's working. Even after the attack has finished, nothing is being rebuilt. I've got more villages than him right now. I'm also starting to build. If you look at Time Builder, I'm also starting to build. The only way I know I'm gonna win is right now. I noticed the situation I just said, where the Red doesn't have an economy to form his military. I knew the situation, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to sneakily build archery ranges and build more town centers, boom up, and start making skirmishes to try and defeat Red and perhaps destroy Red. I won't be able to destroy Green at this point, but at least I can kill somebody before I go out the game. Oh, the odd militia, the odd misclick. Always funny to see that still happening. Two Manguda detachments here, and the amount of spam here, it's quite phenomenal. And all these skirmishers are gonna end up taking out these Mangudai. You just need to spam the skirmishers in a larger group before you start engaging. Meanwhile, here I'm building my skirmishers. I'm building eco. I've got great eco. I'm doing good. I'm recovering. But Red doesn't seem to be. He's made the push, but eventually Red is gonna get wiped. It's just a matter of time. He's lost half of his onagers that he had. and he won't be able to do much. I got yep, this is the most funny, this I think is the funniest point in the game, where I tell Shadowfax that I'm gonna be betraying Red in 3 minutes, and this is what happens. I changed this status to ally. I've changed it to enemy because I realized what happened. You don't just back off your army from Green's base, come to my base, and expect a happy gathering. So I immediately made him enemy, but it's too late. Too late. I honestly do believe if Uncharted Venom gave me at least 5 more minutes, I could have had a skirmisher force to at least rival him, or tell him to go back, or he's gonna lose all of his mangonels. My king is here, and luckily, unfortunately, they snipe him, and that's me at the game. But it's quite funny to see that he didn't trust my alliance, so he just came back, tried to attack me. Oh, how it will end. It should have been an allied victory. We should have all won. Happy days for all of us, but I decided no. But yeah, I don't think with no economy growing back, you've had again, this is a bit stupid by Uncharted Venom. You've had at least 10 minutes of constant fighting. Even right now, you've been given time to recover your economy, and even if you built skirmishers, elite skirmishers, you still would have been in a much better position, and you would have been able to rival his economy. I mean, you can clearly see that there would have been trade. You could have started trading. This could have been a much longer game had you focused on getting your economy back up again, but you didn't get it back up fast enough, and it truly is a shame. Because if let's have a look at Shadowfax has plenty of economy. His population is over the roof, but you've got the gold, you've got the economy, and so frustrating, so frustrating. But we're gonna see a push here by we're gonna speed it up a bit so we do get into the battle section. And yep, this army is increasing. We're getting mangonels here as well, and not looking too good. This is the final battle of the game, and this is pretty much the deciding game. This would have not been if economy was built by Red, and he could have survived, but unfortunately, wrong choice. Manguda is gonna have their last stand. They've allowed halberdiers to come inside their ranks, start sniping them down. Manguda, we just saw a Manguda's massacre right there. There's more Mangudai coming here. Light cavalry starting to come out, but unfortunately, simply is too big of a mass here, and that is GG. And Uncharted Venom, if you're watching this, you've lost the game not because you didn't have the power and you were outclassed. No, it's simply because you did not have the economy, or you did not rebuild your economy after it got down, after you lost everything. You should have at least built a lot of town centers, got your economy back up, built some skirmishers, and then you could have fought evenly and perhaps even have won, depending on your unit combination, which would have been a completely different game, completely different outcome. But unfortunately, for Shadowfax, he has won, and GG to him. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.